The next one is a very important question.
Uh-oh.
Focus. How did your taste in pizza evolve with each album?
What's that? My taste in pizza, well, it's still the same. Pizza salami all the way. I don't like, let's say, Hawaii.
Okay.
Pizza Hawaii, because it has fruit on it, and I hate food with fruit on it. I just don't like it. Fruit is fruit, and food is anything else, you know. So whenever it doesn't have that, I'm okay with it. But like a pretty spicy pizza salami, that's so it didn't change. I stick to what I like.
Oh yeah, as a warm-up, I will just start with asking you some general stupid questions.
Okay.
And get you warmed up, and then just get a bit
Let's do it.
deeper after it. So the first thing that I would like to ask you is, how was your very first performance like on stage?
On stage, well, if it's just me, I used to play classical guitar. I started as a little kid, and that was probably my exam, just me performing for a jury. And that was horrible in the beginning because I sucked at guitar. I always wanted to be a drummer, so I didn't like it in the beginning. And if you mean like the first stage performance with a band, that was in a sort of rally at school, and we just played 3 songs. I think one was Roots Bloody Roots from Sepultura, then we had a Offspring song, and probably some Smells Like Teen Spirit, Nirvana. That was my first show. Without we didn't have a drummer, so a drummer of another band, he just said, "Oh, these songs, I know them, I'll play," and we didn't have a bass player. But we had a lot of fun, I guess.
Okay, you just mentioned drums. Do you play drums like professionally, or
No.
any other instruments, or just guitar?
I just tried to play guitar professionally. No, I've had some drum lessons, and but you know, I don't own my own drum kit, so I can't really rehearse or anything like that, and I have enough fun with guitar nowadays, so I'm good now with it. Yeah.
After making a long career with Epica, you should be good at it.
Yeah. I have to. I have no other job, so I have to stay focused on that, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, so let's suppose that Epica is going to release a new album very soon, but the new album can only contain songs that you've done in the past, but you have to make a new sound for it.
Okay.
And guitar solos, whatever you can think
Yeah.
of. What songs would you pick?
How many can I pick?
As many as you want. I mean, probably an album, so it's not like 30 songs, but maybe
No.
like 5 or 6. Yeah.
Well, I haven't been around since the beginning with Epica, so probably I would pick stuff from the first couple of albums where I wasn't there.
Okay.
And so maybe a new Sensorium version or Fools of Damnation, maybe Chasing the Dragon or something, you know, just from the first albums. And see, because, you know, the previous guitar player, he was much more of a backing up rhythm guitar player, and I tend to be a little more adventurous when it comes to guitar riffing, so it would be maybe cool to kind of strip it down again, see what I can come up with. So an album from the first couple of albums would be cool.
Okay, yeah. Let's get a bit deeper and talk a bit about guitars. What's your favorite brand?
Gibson.
Is that the one that you use on stage?
It is.
Okay, good, because I suck in guitars. I don't know what brand it is. I see one. What would you say is the first, or are the first and the last things someone or a beginner that just picked up a guitar for the first time has to learn?
The first thing you should learn is, well, it doesn't matter what you learn as long as in the beginning, whatever you do, do it right. Because otherwise you're gonna start practicing your own mistakes. And that's a mistake I made. You know, you don't go running before you can just walk, right?
Yeah.
So that's the first thing, and a good start is of course the chords, which is already hard enough. Like if you have to do a F chord or a B chord in the beginning on a guitar, it's quite challenging. And then switch positions to that. And I guess as a rock metal player, you should start off with pentatonic scales, which is kind of easy in the beginning. And that's a good start to eventually move on to real scales and the magic which happens with all those scales.
Okay.
And the last thing you should learn is I don't know. There's no end to guitar, so you can always keep learning.
Okay, fair enough. Well, have you ever had any of these moments where you just like, when you just dominated a metal riff or just any kind of riff and you're like, shit, I can use this on any single song, I can just make my guitar pregnant with this?
Well, my acoustic guitars have a hole in it, so I could easily make them pregnant. But I don't know, of course you sometimes have these, if you're working on new songs and you're like, fuck, this is really an amazing riff, so and then you just play it for hours, or you see where you can even make it even better. So yeah, it happens from time to time that you're totally like, wow, this is amazing. Yeah.
Okay, the next one is a very important question.
Uh-oh.
Focus. How did your taste in pizza evolve with each album?
What's that? My taste in pizza, well, it's still the same. Pizza salami all the way. I don't like, let's say, Hawaii.
Okay.
Pizza Hawaii, because it has fruit on it, and I hate food with fruit on it. I just don't like it. Fruit is fruit, and food is anything else, you know. So whenever it doesn't have that, I'm okay with it. But like a pretty spicy pizza salami, that's. So it didn't change. I stick to what I like.
What was the craziest thing the band has ever done in studio?
Record an album. It's fucking crazy. No, I guess last album we did all the percussion ourselves. We didn't use any samples for the latest album. And so our drum tech, he works at this huge company in Holland which makes all this percussion. And then we asked via him to bring we had a whole truck full of like big drums and whatever you can think of. And so we just put the whole studio full of mics and all that crap. And we just went through all the songs and this need that and we need some extra percussion. And that was, well, sometimes crazy, but also really funny to see everyone like banging on drums and all that. So,
okay. Yeah, so these were my questions.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Now, like, drop the mic.